Hello Aries, this is Shannon with Lightworks. Welcome. This is your weekly tarot reading for the week of September 15th through the 21st, and this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Aries. We will do a 5-card spread. With the past, the present, the future, what you don't see coming, and advice and guidance from Spirit. Okay, in the past position, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles is the earth element. It's about resources, can be about kind of the 3D experience, meaning work, what you have, what you own, what you value, any kind of resources, those kinds of things. So in the past, you may have had been really focused on that, but we'll clarify. In the present, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight. And the Knight of Swords, swords is the element of air. And it is about fast-moving communications. It's about truth, clarity, having lots of conversations. It can also be about technology, anything like that. And that's in your present. So you could be busy with a lot of communications, lots of emails, lots of that kind of thing. So, but we'll clarify. In the future, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is kind of a defensive kind of energy. Wands is fire. That's the element of fire. And there could be a lot coming at you in the future. There could be a lot of activity. Which you feel like you have to get a hold of or manage in some way. But again, we'll clarify. What you don't see coming is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is about the need to, the Five of Swords is really winning at all costs. You can see the person in the foreground holding the swords, and people are walking away from him, and there's some fallen swords. He's victorious, he's won, but at what cost, right? And so this could be, this could be disputes or things of that nature, where you may have won an argument, let's say, but, did it really, was it really worth it, I guess, but we'll see what comes up when we clarify. The advice of Spirit is the Ace of Swords. So again, swords is about communication. It's about thought. It's about having aha moments. The Ace in any suit is about new beginnings. So there could be, new inspiration coming in, or new communication coming in that provides truth, clarity. It could be a great idea that maybe solves an issue or problem, or begins a great new endeavor. So we'll see what that looks like. So we're going to clarify, and let's clarify the past. Okay, clarifying the Knight of Pentacles is the Sun, the Queen of Wands, and the Moon. The Sun and the Moon. Interesting. So this September really could have been very significant for you. The Sun is a beautiful card. It is one of the best cards in the deck you can pull. It's about having the warmth of the sun shine down upon you. It's about shining your light. It's about really feeling good. We had a full moon lunar eclipse, and that was on the 7th. On the 21st, so here is that full moon lunar eclipse. I would assume, and that's the moon. That's emotions. That's things coming to culmination. Eclipses bring change. So there could have been some emotional changes that went on in your most recent past. And then we have the Queen of Wands also clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Wands, she rules her suit of wands, which is fire. There's lots of activity with wands. It's all about action. So, this is your energy, Aries. So in between the sun and the moon. So I think this was a really positive time for you, where you could have felt that you were really starting to get a handle on things. That, maybe the moon and the sun really brought changes, illuminated things, brought things to light. And then, you being in your energy of that Queen of Wands, took action as a result of this information, this experience that you had. Maybe as a result of this past week with the eclipse in Pisces. Since this is a general reading, I'm not sure exactly what that could have been, meaning, what the change was. But if you wanted a little bit, if you wanted a more personal reading, you can certainly email me and I can send you the information. I use astrology and your birth chart and the current transits in addition to tarot, and that's how I do my readings. And I can get pretty specific. In any case, let's continue. So Knight of Swords was in the present position. And so we will clarify the Knight of Swords with the Nine of Cups, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords. Okay, so clarifying this Knight of Swords is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is that is the element of water. It's about emotions and creativity. It's about intuition. It's wish fulfillment. It's a wish fulfillment card. It's, kind of your hopes and dreams becoming real. It's that kind of emotional fulfillment. And it may have come in quick. It may have come in quick because of that Knight of Swords. It's also clarified by the major arcana of the Emperor, which is your energy. Again, so you are showing up very much in your energy throughout the reading so far. And the Emperor is wise. He has ruled his empire, with action, bravery, courage. But he is wise, and then we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Swords, which is pain and heartbreak. It could be that maybe in some way What I'm getting here is the Knight of Swords is there might be kind of some news, an idea that you had. It could be, or some kind of communication that you were hoping for, but it didn't turn out exactly as you anticipated. And so there is some semblance of disappointment here in potentially a communication that you received, or an idea, a project, something that you were wishing for that it may be disappointing. In the future, we have that Seven of Wands. Wands is about activity. It's a lot of activity. So in the future, you could be having lots of fires, lots of activity, lots of things to do. And you may feel some need to defend yourself. We shall see. We have the Six of Wands clarifying, the Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so you're going to be busy. You are going to be very busy. And it looks like this is what I'm seeing. So you have a lot going on with the Seven of Wands. You may have felt overwhelmed by everything that you have to do, everything that you have kind of done, to almost stick up for yourself, to it feels like that you have felt the need to defend yourself in some way, but that you have felt overwhelmed, that you're expending a lot of energy. And this card of the Nine of Wands is about feeling like worn out. You've expended a lot of energy. This battle, this kind of activity, this defending yourself, it could have wore you out. And this card requires or requests that you essentially keep going, keep at it, that you only have a little bit more left to go in order to, kind of meet your goal. And it looks like you actually do meet your goal, because also clarifying is the Six of Wands. And this is a card about victory. This is a card about overcoming obstacles and seeing things through, and being able to stand back and admire the work and congratulate yourself about the work that you've really done. And I think it requires you to reach out to your friends and community, or to your team members. I think that's what this Three of Pentacles is all about. This is about asking for help when you need it, and that there's no need to feel defensive, because there are people there that are available to help you and to support you. And even though you feel overwhelmed, it's about asking for support. It's about, getting to the heart of receiving and asking for support, because there are people there available to support you, so that, you do win, right? That, being defensive and handling it all on your own is not necessary. So ask for help when you need it, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed and feel like you're exhausted. So I think that's a very important message that's coming out for Aries. What you don't see coming is the Five of Swords. This is that card where it's kind of winning at all costs. So let's take a look at that and let's get clarity on that. Too many cards. Okay. All right, clarifying the Five of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the World. Okay, so this is about potentially holding on too tightly to something. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles can be about, you know, being kind of, it's the slowest moving knight. And it can be about holding on too tightly to what you have, being too rigid in your thinking. So what you don't see coming is it could be that I think it's cautioning, this is cautioning you, this Knight of Pentacles is cautioning you to get a different perspective. The World is the end of a cycle. It is a major arcana card. It is the end of a cycle. And it is from this higher vantage point that you can kind of see everything and have a different perspective and point of view. And when you pull yourself away from that and have a much more kind of open mind and have a different perspective and vantage point, you get the benefit of the Ten of Pentacles, and that is sheer abundance. So this is a very, what you don't see coming is success. I think that, you know, it is success. I think that the advice is to definitely, though, be open and receptive. You know, don't be so rigid. That there are multiple ways to win. And it's with a new perspective or a new vantage point that you'll be able to realize and benefit in the form of that Ten of Pentacles, which is sheer abundance. I mean, it is abundance in every way, shape, or form. That is, you know, a happy home, happy life, happy relationships, resources are available to you. I mean, this is really a card of success. So, in the position of spiritual advice or spirit advice is the Ace of Swords. So that's a new beginning. That's a new beginning in communications. That could be inspiration. It could be new ideas, something of that sort. It also could be clarity that's being brought in. So let's clarify that message from Spirit. Too many cards. Please be clear. Spirit, please be clear. The Five of Swords, the Tower, and the Page of Wands. Okay, so it looks like Spirit is saying that any changes that you have, that you are experiencing as a result, I believe, of these eclipses, on, I think it's this next Sunday on September 21st, we have a new moon eclipse, which is in Virgo, and it's at 29 degrees, which is a culmination point. Eclipses bring change. It is this eclipse in particular, as all eclipses, can be felt up to 6 months. The energy can be active within 6 months. Virgo, it's about the quality of living. It's about the quality of your experience, and whether that's health, and health and habits, or depending, I would need to look at your chart to see exactly, where that is, and what transits, how that eclipse is actually impacting your natal chart. However, the Tower is change, and it is a major arcana card. So I think what Spirit is saying is as a result of these changes that happen as a result of these eclipses, whatever you find, whatever happens, you'll have clarity. A new beginning will result. A new beginning in ideas, how you express yourself, inspiration, truth, and clarity will come as a result of this change, this Tower. And, it may, there may be something as a result of what causes, or what seems to be the impetus of this, change is that Five of Pentacles. Again, that's that Five of Pentacles we had in the What You Don't See Coming. So this, what you don't see coming, this success, by keeping your mind open, and getting a different perspective, this is going to change something for you, as a result. So the Tower will bring in that change as a result of that Five of Swords, something that you didn't expect. And, Five of Swords, that could be, a petty dispute or petty argument, one that you feel like you have to win, right? And as a result, this brings in some kind of new, a new truth, or some clarity on a particular relationship, perhaps. And then we have also coming the Page of Wands. So this is the promise. The page is the promise of inspiration and creativity. And it's lovely with the, in conjunction with the Ace of Swords. So it looks to me like Spirit is saying it's all meant to be. The timing is as it should be. That there is a passionate, this change, whatever it might be, brings in a very inspired and passionate and creative energy that comes into your experience, which I think is lovely. So it could be that you're working on something that, I feel like this brings in just kind of like a breath of fresh air. This brings in a new perspective for you and new ideas that you then can act upon with the Page of Wands. Yeah, that's kind of what this looks like. I'm sorry it's a general reading and I can't get to really figure out exactly what that new beginning is. But it looks like it's clarity. It's clarity on something, on some kind of creative endeavor, some kind of project. And like I said, you're going to get help. You're going to get new ideas and new ha moments, and it's going to allow you to act. So I hope you enjoy that reading. What I'll do is I'll also I'll pull a Messenger Oracle card from, I'm using Messenger Oracle by Ravine Falan. So I will pull you a card. Embrace the dark. Interesting. Embrace the dark. Okay, so let me read that for you. Embrace the dark. You have been taught that all is either good or evil, negative or positive. Good gives rise to good, and bad gives rise to bad. It is wrong to have feelings of anger, dislike, or fear, as these emotions are born of our shadow. This is not truth. Interesting. Wow. This is not truth. Everything happens for a reason. Kind of just what I just said. Everything happens for a reason. Love can give rise to destruction with this Tower card. And hate can inspire acts of genuine love. The lessons offered by our shadow often teach us the most. Know your shadow self. Love it. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. Interesting. So this is much more of an internal, reading for you. This is about embracing that side of you, that kind of shadow side. Interesting. So you've been taught that all is good or evil, negative or positive. Good gives rise to good, bad gives rise to bad. It is wrong to have feelings of anger, dislike, or fear, as those emotions are born of our shadow self. This is not the truth. This is not truth. Everything happens for a reason. Love can give rise to destruction, and hate can inspire acts of genuine love. The lessons offered by our shadow often teach us the most. Know your shadow self. Love it. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. So there is some kind of a situation, an uncomfortable confrontation in a way, and whether that's an internal confrontation or an outward, kind of 3D confrontation, that brings about the necessity of change and the clarity of truth when you go within. And embrace the dark side. Embrace the dark side of yourself and the shadow work that needs to happen. Because as a result, clarity comes. Interesting. Well, I hope, Aries, that this was helpful to you. And if it did resonate, please do like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you again soon. Bye.